Hey, peace and love, everybody. My name is Ozma. I am a New York City teacher. I teach at a charter school. And I am making this video because right now, with everything going down with the coronavirus, I know that a lot of parents are probably worried. Like, what do I do with my child with all this energy at home and I'm not working and there's a lot of stress? So just to just kind of help out and alleviate with the stress, I'm making this video to kind of help parents with some online resources, academic resources that can help you keep your child academically up to par. Um, and go further. So first I want to say I'm a pre-K teacher, so most of my stuff is going to focus on pre-K, but the resources that I'm going to give can be helpful beyond pre-K, maybe early childhood, maybe up until third, fourth grade. To start out with, what I want to do is I want to speak specifically on some of the main things your child should know when entering kindergarten. First, we have to start with the alphabet, the ABCs, the upper and lowercase alphabet. It would be great for your child to know that by the time they get to kindergarten. You want them to be kindergarten ready, especially with the wave of how education is going nowadays. So teaching your child that and also letter sounds, that's all a part of emergent reading and writing because that goes to help your child as they learn to develop the skills they will need to learn how to read and write. Um, in addition to that, I jotted down some notes, so you might see me glancing down here and there at some of the notes that I have. But in addition to that, 2D shapes for your child. Those are the triangle, square, circle, oval, rectangle. And if your child has already mastered that, then you can start taking them to the next level with each thing that I'm mentioning. So if your child already mastered 2D shapes, you can start teaching them 3D shapes. Excuse me. Things like cylinder or sphere and things like that. Um, if your child already kind of mastered the uppercase letters and the lowercase letters and letter sounds, then you can start having your child build 2 to 3 letter words like it, at, um, if, different things like that. That's also going to help them. And you can help them identify those words when they see those words. Those actually sight words. Um, and if your child, actually, that's what you can work on your child with as well. Small sight words to begin with, and identifying them in books, identifying them on signs, and things of that nature. Another thing that's very important is teaching your child how to rote count in order. A lot of times in early childhood, we see children that kind of don't count in order when they're learning to count. So they might go 1, 5, 20. And it's like, okay, good trying. However, we don't count that way. We count in order. That helps also as they get older and develop the skill of knowing sequencing first, next, then last, and so forth. Another important thing for your child to work on, I mentioned letter sounds, I mentioned 2D shapes. It's just important for them to know their first and last name so that when people address them, they know who they are, but also to know your name. Not just, oh, my mommy's name is mommy, my daddy's name is daddy. No, tell them daddy's name is such and such, mommy's name is such and such, but you call me mommy or you call me daddy. In addition to that, I wanted to touch very briefly on language development. A lot of times we see, as early childhood teachers, we see children who have a lot of knowledge in their mind, but they struggle with their expressive language. If you ask them a question, they're giving 1 or 2 word answers, which is a little developmentally inappropriate for a preschooler. You want to build them up. To using more fuller sentences, to using sentences with more words. So instead of saying, what color is that? And they go, blue. Have them say, that is blue. This is blue. that ball is blue. Have them use more expressive language. The practice of them expressing themselves more helps to develop language even further. Um, so some resources that you guys can use online. Some of them actually cost money, but a lot of them have free trials that'll be helpful for the time being until you're able to pay for it if you want to pay for it, or you can try it out and see if you even want to spend your money and invest in it. And some are actually pretty free. So some academic educational online resources, websites like ABC Mouse, like Raz Kids, like Starfall. Those things help with vocabulary. They help with alphabet recognition. And a lot of the kids like to. They have games on Starfall also. Games actually on a lot of these that the kids can play on their own. So when you want to keep them occupied, they don't have to just watch YouTube. What they can do is they can look at these websites and play academic games. And they're learning, but not realizing that they're learning. They're playing. And developmentally, children in early childhood learn the best and soak up the most information when they learn through play. It doesn't help as much to sit there old school style, like when I was growing up, and drill everything. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. They want to play. And if you teach them that through play, they tend to grasp it a lot more. So stuff like Starfall, stuff like ABCYA has a lot of, ABCYA.com has a lot of free academic games. Also, even games that they have on that website, like make a cupcake. It's still helping their fine motor skills, which is going to help them with writing, because they have to use their little fingers to scroll over to put the toppings on the cupcake and different things like that. So that's all helpful. In addition to that, you have PBS Kids. Storyline Online is a good website where they can just watch stories. Sometimes you might be a little tired and you're doing a lot because of what's going on, or you may be having side jobs because you're not able to work your regular job. Instead of sitting them in front of YouTube or in front of the regular TV, have them watch Storyline Online. Have them watch Brain Pop Junior, where they're learning something and they're engaged the entire time. Someone is reading to them or someone is teaching them something. And Storyline Online has maybe 10 to 15-minute stories. So they're occupied. You have 10 to 15 minutes to let them sit and watch a story, learn things while you go and maybe complete a task that you have to do for your family. Still keep an eye on them, of course. I'm not saying don't do that. But in addition to that, Nick Jr. has a lot of cool games. Also, in addition to Nick Jr., there's also phone apps that are academic. Now, there's a really cool website that deals with math and science called Flowcabulary. So if you're someone who wants to kind of get your kid into kind of cool hip hop type of learning, flowcabulary.com has things like that where they rap the songs to teach the kids addition, subtraction, fractions, and so on, as well as parts of a tree. And the songs are like pretty nice. They sound like the type of thing that you might want to put on your on your iTunes or your phone, because they're really, really cool songs. So that's just some resources. I just wanted to reach out to families. If you want to get like something like worksheets, you can use education.com and maybe sign up, and they'll have like a free maybe 30-day trial where you can get some free worksheets for your kids to do. If you have access to a printer, you can print that out and be like, here, sit down, complete this worksheet. We worked on this skill. Okay, I want to see you apply it. What else would I say? If you want to do creative artsy things with your kids, Pinterest has like some of the coolest art stuff. So parents, I'm telling you these things so that you don't panic. You have resources, you have help. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any more questions on anything else, especially if your child is in preschool or around first grade, preschool, early childhood. If it's anything that I can help with, just reach out to me. And if it's any question I can answer, I will definitely reach out as soon as I can. So I just wanted to touch base with everybody who's watching and just be of service and tell you good night. Take care. Bye.